Oh, wait, we're starting right now? Uh,
Ye-
right, ads. Well, welcome to Hero Infinite. I'm, you guys know me. I mean, I'm Stangelo, Master Thief. I mean, sort of a big deal when it comes to this, but who knows, right? I mean, times are changing and stuff. And sitting here is, Ulrich, I think. I know he's a new face around here, so, you know,
in character introduction. Haha.
yeah.
Ye. Uh Words. I
In
can
your mouth.
DM.
Yep. In your mouth, you can say words. Yeah.
Yes, I can. So, uh as we open up, I'm good at introductions of campaigns. I'm a DM. I do this all the time.
Shoot for the stars, bro.
Yeah. Um So, as we start, it's been a couple of weeks since the last session. Did you get injured at all during the last session, or did you completely avoid injury?
Completely avoided injury like all the past sessions,
Yeah,
except
you've been a
for some
badass.
minor bruises. Except for minor bruises.
Yeah. You were once again very much witnessed doing stuff, but you
Yeah.
got away with, a bunch of polar freeze, a mysterious vial, etc., etc.
I was
Since
gonna drink that Asterius vial. I got a rhino horn too.
ye, since then you've been trying to sort of like work out your next plan of action alongside, it'd be helpful if
Adelaide.
I always forget to open up something, and this time it was my
Addie.
notes. Yeah, Adelaide.
Addie.
I always forget to open one thing. There we go, there's my notes. Um, so, words. Uh, she said she was gonna get the stuff tested, like, you guys are going to try and work at your next plan of action on targeting the different crime families.
Hmm.
And in the time in that wouldn't have taken as long if it weren't for the giant monster attack on the city in the middle of all of it. But that's beside the
Just,
point.
just staring from the distance. What the fuck is going on? Jeez. It's just giant fucking monsters like
Times they be a wild, huh?
times be changing, I guess. I mean, guess I
Um.
gotta adapt. Jeez.
So as we, as we start, it's been a little bit of time. And Adelaide and you have worked on a big ass cork board full of criminals, right?
He's not the only one who's working on it.
Yeah, the two of you worked together on it. And, have
Hmm.
sort of figured out some of the crime families that are about in the city. Um, we've got, the Baron. What was his name again? I have it over here somewhere.
Francis Roberts.
Yes, there. Yeah, right as you said, I found it. So, we're sort of recapping some of the different information we already have, as well as going over some new stuff that you guys have gotten from pulling your notes. There's Francis Roberts, aka the Baron, basically known as the drug baron of Discordant City, and in some arguments the drug baron of all of North America. Controls all of the flow of polar freeze throughout the country, in all likelihood through his shipping company, America United, which runs the America United online shopping front, which is basically a big digital online mall. Amazon. And he's probably smuggling drugs around via his company. You know that he's working with the guy from last session.
Francisco
Yep,
Montiago.
yep, Francisco Montiago.
The second.
Who's possibly helping with the smuggling of goods in exchange for unknown things, and definitely had a bunch of drugs. They met with a mysterious masked figure who you guys still don't have any information on.
We did know a little bit. We heard little sprinkles here and there throughout other mobsters, telling about little stories about him and
Nope,
stuff.
you know
No?
nothing about this dude.
I thought we did.
There's no word on the street on who they are. They're a mystery. This masked person.
I thought we got little rumors of someone. I'm trying to unite
Um,
or something.
I think I don't. Did you get rumors on them? Do you have any notes on them? It might have been about
Yeah,
another character.
we got little rumors about them. It's like, how some of them were feeling a little bit delirious and stuff, and they're like, they were talking about some guy who's like showed up and stuff. You know, there was some last
Oh,
session.
oh yeah. How that guy. Yeah, but you didn't like learn anything
No, we
significant
don't.
about the
No, we
person.
know. We heard like rumors and stuff. But it's like, we know a little bit.
Do
You
you?
know,
Did you roll a thing last session that I'm forgetting?
no, that was the role. We know a little bit.
Yeah. What did you learn? Did you have no? Did you take
That's it.
down
No, that's
notes?
it. That's it.
Oops. I accidentally just hit a thing and turned you down. Hold on. Okay, you should
Yeah,
be where
no,
you're supposed to be now.
yeah, no, that's it though.
Yeah. All right. But So they all make up sort of the Polar Freeze Syndicate that you're trying to learn more about. You also know that not too long ago there was an attempt from the fucking Japanese Yakuza to branch out to here, but that was quickly snipped in the butt by the Moth, the vigilante superhero who's been working with the police force.
Good for him, I guess.
Uh,
Stopping my business though. So
Now, there's a handful of other criminals that you've been able to, like, deduce information on working together. So let's see here. Let me go through some of them. There's a almost mythologically held crime boss that people, like, that... this is one of those names that gets thrown out by criminals every now and again, similar to the Baron, and is almost not believed.
yeah, that's good. This guy.
They just know him as the man in the chair. And he's supposedly tied to crimes all over the world. It's believed that he's more than anything a criminal scapegoat. You know, who do you work for? I work for the man in the chair. Rather than naming their own boss, they throw out this bullshit name. Because there's no way somebody can control that much crime all over the world. Then there is... I hope you're taking notes, by the way.
I am.
Okay. Because this is very much time for you to be taking notes.
Yeah, no, they're up right now. So
There is... Oh, of course, the Baron has a kid, Roberts.
Robert. Yep, I have that too. He's an influencer.
In all likelihood, he probably has little to nothing to do with his father's crime, but he's worth throwing on your cork board.
Good for him. No more kidding.
Let's see here.
Too bad he's an influencer. So, man, he's doing what he wants. So, good for him.
Sorry. Again, I'm scrolling through my notes, which I keep saying I'm gonna clean up my notes, and then I don't.
Yeah, just look at my notes, like for other campaigns. They're crazy as shit.
I'm the shittiest note taker in the world. Although I have found the best way for me to take notes, which I should do for this at this point, tabletop sim. I take way better notes using tabletop sim than anything else. I not even kidding. I need an insane man's corkboard in order to make sense of things.
Just get one, dude.
An actual corkboard.
Yeah, get an actual corkboard. I mean, I have one, so. Both in character and IRL. So.
There's the Headhunters, a group of run-of-the-mill bank robbers. I say that they rob all sorts of places, but have been known to work for other crime lords regularly. They were a group of disparate mercenaries scattered around the world that were all brought together at some point or another, and have basically formed some of the best robbers in the world, like the best heist group in the world, where they will do loud, bombastic, very obvious heists. but somehow get away with it due to their collective skills. Needless to say, they're incredibly wanted, and it's like, in all likelihood, they're not in it for the profit, but are in it for like the infamy. They want to be like this generation's Bonnie and Clyde, the group of them. They were not too long ago put away by the Moth, and then escaped prison, and were captured again in West Virginia, once again by the Moth.
Guys all over the place with something.
Let's see here. Sorry, again, scrolling through the notes at, like, trying to find the criminals that you would know of. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Da, 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 da. It's magic. Where is it? Is that all? Oh, I guess that's my full list of criminals that would pertain to you currently.
Hmm.
Oh, I felt like there would have been more. I mean, there's more, but none of them are actually relevant yet. Huh. So, that's your current web of criminals that you know of.
So 4 in particular. All right. 4 big ones.
You know, and the Baron, bringing down the Baron is currently, like, your big focus, of course.
Yeah. I mean, the other 2, the headhunters and the man in the chair, you know, the man in the chair is too unreliable right now.
Yeah, he's a myth.
And the headhunters is, you know, they're probably in jail again. So, you know, I go to jail. So it's like,
yeah, and Francisco Montiago is working for the Baron, so
I can just take him down with the Baron. So
yeah,
just go for the Baron for now. Yeah.
Now, if we're gonna take down the Baron, taking down the Baron isn't gonna be very easy. He's too smart to actually have any drug labs within the city. They're all likely made overseas.
Uh-huh.
But what we need to find is distribution centers. Now, you had taken one down. You had aided in taking down what could have been one of his distribution centers not too long ago. When you took down, what was the other guy's name? That random.
Howard?
What?
Howard?
It was Howard.
Tobias Howard?
Yeah, Tobias Howard, the guy that was smuggling guns in. With that being an old Polar Kohler factory, I wouldn't have been surprised if he was using that, or somehow using that guy, but we don't have any evidence to back that up. What we need to do is find a distribution place within the city. And then she looks at her her beeper, and she's like, the lab results just got back from my friend.
Oh, really?
She sits down, goes over to a computer and starts typing, and opens up a chat call, or not a chat call, a text chat. She opens up what is the app? What would it be called?
For what? For what made up company?
Hang on.
Clock's ticking.
Come on, show me. Hey, hang on.
Yep, you got it. Go. Shoot for the stars!
The online talking application Harmonious.
Uh-huh.
It's a Discord joke. Harmonious. There we go. Yeah, another canon company added to the lore.
Yes, I'll put that down in my notes.
But yeah, she opens up the app and is messaging back and forth with somebody. And I imagine lean over and look.
Yeah, I mean, More curious than anything, you know. He wants to know too. I mean, he found this stuff.
And you see that it's the user is Bloodsucker 96.
No clue.
Hmm.
I know who it is, but no clue.
And as you're looking, it's just like, uh, you see the person asks like, what the hell is this or is this that you sent me? And she types back, why? What's up with it? What's up with it is that it's unlike anything I've ever seen. It's okay. I can't identify more than half the compounds within it. What were you gonna say?
Hey, tell them this if it's a drug. Yeah, that's a good one.
Is it a drug? Is it a drug? I don't know. Listen, half the elements in this I can't even identify. Or not elements, the compounds in this I can't even identify. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what goes into it, but from what I can understand, this is a gene alterant. What do you mean? Like, think CRISPR technology. You know, we have the ability to rewrite people's DNA and insert in new DNA. This is that, but on steroids. Whatever this is could rewrite somebody's DNA in an instant. You're not saying what I think you're saying, are you? You basically just gave me a superhero drug. And like she sits back for a moment just like,
I can always go steal it. I mean, if we really need it back,
I mean, a superhero. That's crazy.
That's how are we gonna?
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
The moth is a thing, you know.
I guess so.
Adelaide.
I guess so, huh?
I mean, what are we gonna do with it, right?
If the Baron has something like this, that's terrifying. What could a master criminal do with a superhero? How do they even get a superhero drug? And you see the other person typing, it's like, where did you get this stuff? How could something like this even be made? My research barely even scratches the surface of something like this.
And then just put a question mark.
They put a question mark.
Thumbs up.
Don't. And then a thumbs up.
No, I give her a thumbs up.
Oh. Get a hero point. But yeah, they're like, God, words in my mouth. I can use them. What do you mean your research? Or no, they put a question mark, and then she's like, don't worry about it. I am trying to work out some things about genes and such. And then she types up, aren't you still in college? Like Adelaide. I'm doing a really bad job of distinguishing the two. Adelaide says, aren't you still in college? And Bloodsucker's like, listen, I gotta be working on a graduation thesis, right? You know, CRISPR, all that good stuff. Right. Well, I can't get you more of it right now. It's complicated where I got this, but you've been helpful by helping us, allowing us to identify, or aiding us in identifying it. I'll be sure to keep this stuff safe here. Don't you worry. What kind of superpowers does it give somebody? Oh, well, this stuff, it's... I don't think it does anything. It's a blank slate, sort of. Like, it's CRISPR without any DNA strand to replace. If you were to take this vial that I had, it'd probably just kill you. It'd take out parts of your DNA and put nothing in their place. That sounds bad.
Yeah, that does sound bad.
It'd probably just give you super cancer, if anything.
Maybe someone could want that. I mean...
Got it. So, like, it's basically from 5 Sama. It's a joke.
Yeah, I got that one.
That she does not say that. But yeah, they're just like,
My canon, she does.
all right, fine. She says that. Adelaide says that. All right, no. Bloodsucker says it's basically, or it'll probably give you super cancer. It's basically like something from Five Sama.
I just glance over to Ad
Hmm.
and give a shrug.
It's some website kids use.
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
No
All
clue.
right.
I dropped out of college, so
Hmm.
high school.
All
Yeah,
right.
high
So
school.
we gotta. We need to figure out where they're getting this stuff and how we can, or how we can stop them from getting more. How? Where did you get this from? Do you remember?
We got it from Francisco.
Hmm. Where was it?
It
Where?
was in it was in this little thing. There's like a little, safe area,
It was not in the safe. That the polar freeze was in the safe.
Oh wait. No, that was
The
Polar Freeze.
super
It was
drug
just
was
it
in
was
a
just sitting on his wasn't it
yeah.
just sitting on his desk?
It was in a metal suitcase sat on his desk,
Yeah. Yeah.
which the other guy in the suit had the with
Yeah, the guy
the
the guy
robot mask was carrying that suitcase in.
Yeah. It's a little bit of,
Mm,
pause from there's a little bit of pause in
yeah.
between like his
Sorry.
sentence.
So you like explain that to her, I guess, or do you want? Sorry, do you want to explain in character? It's your
He
call.
gives a little pause before he says it out loud, he's a bit concerned if anything about it.
Hmm. And she goes over to the cork board and adds that in. So this unknown figure has managed to create a new super drug.
Or he,
And
got some people. I mean,
you don't think it's somehow connected to the moth, do you? I mean, they're the only person aside from those government. They're the only person not made by the government to have superpowers.
I mean, I don't know. The world's big, so
Hmm.
maybe.
I mean, I guess it's not too out of the realm of possibility for someone to have made that now. If there was super soldiers all the way back in Vietnam.
I mean, wait, there's super soldiers in Vietnam? What?
Hmm. Yes, this is a established piece of lore that I don't think you've become privy to yet.
No, I
Um.
am. I dropped out of college. I
Oh,
dropped out of high school.
your character didn't even learn it in high school. You dropped out of school before Vietnam. I love that. Get a hero point.
Yeah, it's like
Uh,
Vietnam. It's like a
yeah, the Major Freedom. He was
no clue. No clue.
hmm. Hold on. They go over and start bringing up the thing to show you, and basically explain to you, as the Vietnam War was getting worse, the government began a super soldier program. It was headed up by, oh god, I don't remember the characters. But it was led up by the head of Vermeer Pharmaceuticals. They had successfully created, they successfully created a small number of super soldiers using a serum that to this day has not been revealed, but it has been confirmed that the government has stopped research on it due to high mortality rates amongst subjects. Or actually,
Jeez.
oh god, no, most of the documents from that era would have been declassified nowadays. Vietnam era government documents are declassified. Yeah, it was. The research on it stopped post-Vietnam War because it had a 99.9% mortality rate.
Jeez.
So, only a small handful of the subjects actually got powers, including Major Freedom, who, now that you're seeing him, you recognize there was a Major Freedom TV show from, like, the 70s. Or no, from, like, not the 70s, from the late 80s. Because after the end of the Vietnam War, he became a private eye working in America for a while, and then after that, he started selling his life story to be a TV show. And like
Top that.
to this day, there's still comic books and stuff about him.
Huh. What a cop out.
Hmm. Maybe they had gotten a hold of whatever that serum was and, I don't know, perfected it?
What if, like, I mean, how can we know, right? We're not scientists or anything.
I'm just speculating. This is... Listen, things have been pretty weird. There's been a robot with an army of drones flying through the city. Giant monsters, a giant moth person, or a moth person flying through the city. Being a journalist has been hard these past couple months.
Sorry. That sounds like your problem, though. I'm just here to steal, so.
Right.
I mean,
Sitting there. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
no, that's what are
You go
gonna
ahead.
say? No, you go ahead.
You go. Say what you're gonna say.
You go. No, I forgot already.
God damn it! Um. Excuse me. Ooh,
You're
excuse me.
excused.
Burpee. I'm
You're
suddenly very
excused.
burpy. The coffee I drank is settling. So she
It's like
says,
noise suppression is on.
we need to figure out what our next move can be, our next location.
I mean, we can just hit up some random, like places in between. I mean, if like just to pass the time, if anything. I mean,
She sits there looking at her map of the city, like seeming to like really trying to like think hard, clearly. We need to bring down the Baron. Bringing him down directly would be too hard. He's too smart to allow himself to get caught.
let's just go for his smaller guys then. I mean, like,
We could go out Francisco Montiago. Francisco Montiago is the one you stole this drug from.
yeah,
He had more, right?
maybe I can always go back. I mean, I was planning on going back, you know?
He's likely the Achilles heel we can get through. But going back to his mansion would be foolish. Not only would his guards be looking for you, but he's probably tightened his security even more after what happened.
Yeah.
But
you're right.
last time I had said I believe that he was smuggling things through his fabric shipments, right?
Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah.
So we just need to figure out we just need to figure out where he's getting his shipments in and out through, and maybe we'll be able to find something there. And she like moves over and like starts like typing at her computer, thinking like she seems excited now. And the Baron is far too smart to have any of his operations going on in a place where it can be traced back to him. But it still needs to be somewhere within his reach. And I think I know the exact place. And she looks up and is like, how would you like to go on a trip? Or how would you like to go on a trip, Ace?
Sure. It's been a while since I left Discordant City, so.
I hear that the Caribbean is really nice this time of year, and she like turns around her computer, and you see like we zoom in on the computer screen as we get a transition sequence, where
Caribbean.
yeah, she explains excuse me, Francisco gets a lot of his silk from gets a lot of his silk from a silkworm, or no, oh no, sorry, not his silk. He gets a lot of his cotton from a cotton farm in the Caribbean Isles, and that
Right.
an off-coast island that's not fully part of any one country's jurisdiction due to weird lingering effects of imperialism. Sounds like the perfect place to set up a shady drug lab. And if that's where they're always getting their shipments of silk from, or it's not silk, cotton. If they're always getting shipments of cotton there, I think it stands to reason that they're probably producing other things there. And the The plant that is used to make polar freeze grows the best in warm environments.
Okay. I see where you're going with this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. This is good. It has a lot of meat on its bones. Yeah.
The way I see it,
Good job.
there's 3 ways you can get to the island. The first would be to take a plane to Cuba and then rent a boat to take out to the island. The next would be to get a boat to go down to Florida and get a boat from there. Or we can try and or look at shipping routes and find a boat that's going to make a run past there and hitch a ride on that.
Hmm. Let's go for number three. Let's go for that boat one, where you like intersection one. I
Huh.
mean, it'll be shady, sure, but like they won't know better, right?
You like pinching pennies, huh?
I like pinching pennies because I want to save money for my family. All right.
Fair enough. And what we get there is like a montage of you, like, getting disguised as a dock, or getting a job as a dock worker, fake identity disguise, all of that. You get aboard the shipping crate, you sail across the water, and over the course of like a couple of weeks, maybe up until. Sorry, I'm just looking at the hero timeline. It's like that whole conversation you had probably would have happened like a little bit after the March 22nd kaiju fights. So
All
now you're
right.
going to be arriving there around April 4th. You know?
All right. Gotcha.
Uh so and in the meantime you would have had plenty of time to, get to know where you're going, look at his satellite pictures and all of that.
Mm.
And what it is it's a small island, in the middle of the Caribbean. When I say small, it's probably like uh let me try and think about this. Scale wise, bum. God damn it. Sorry, I'm trying to give an idea
No
of the
worries.
scale.
No worries.
The island is probably only like about 10 miles at its thickest, about maybe like 6 or 7 at its thinnest. It's about the same size as the Isle of God, I'm gonna butcher this a little bit. Nahau, the smallest island in the Hawaiian chains. Well, second smallest. It's like it's a relatively small island
Yeah.
that is, you know, completely like not technically part of any one country due to weird treaty things that date way back, and is left up mostly to its own devices, and is a self-governing isle that's completely dependent on all the surrounding isles and trade it has, and in all likelihood dependent upon the Baron and his drug empire.
Yeah.
Uh, looking at
Hopefully.
looking at satellite maps of the island, you can see that there's a bunch of, rows and rows of cotton farming, and large numbers of, warehouses, docks, homes for people to live on, and greenhouses, which is a pretty strange thing to see on an island that's already growing massive amounts of cotton on its own.
Yeah, that's an oddity. Maybe they're just growing food there. Nah,
Hmm.
has to be drugs.
So, as you would be arriving, you'd be arriving at the dock on the eastern end of the island.
All right.
So, to roughly describe the island, right? On the east, there's a southern and an eastern dock. You'd be arriving on the eastern dock.
All
Near the southern dock is where all of the cotton fields are, and near the eastern dock is where all of their warehouses are. Between the warehouses and the cotton field is the greenhouses, and on the northern end of the island is where all the homes are, including a large mansion that exists up there. You know?
yeah.
So, do you want to try and, like, work out a plan of action in regards to that? Like, what is, or if you don't want to communicate what your plan is, that's okay too. If you want it to just sort of play out in secret.
I'll just. Uh, I'm just gonna go in a zigzag formation for now. So
Alright,
I'm gonna
well,
hit the one closest to me, which is the
let's actually
warehouses.
address how things begin, right?
Alright.
You arrive at the eastern docks, and you're currently you know how you've got your new disguise skill?
Yep.
Think of it as you're like fucking Agent 47 from the Hitman games.
Alright.
If you can knock someone out, take their disguise, and if they're not like an adequate like it depends on the level of like security and understanding people have of the area, but if you do an adequate job, you can disguise as most people.
Yeah.
So yeah. You arrive, you're currently disguised as a dockhand, which means you probably won't be able... Not even a dockhand, you're disguised as one of the people from this boat. So you probably won't be able to go beyond the dock that the boat is currently parked in. They're unloading shipping crates, and some shipping crates, and loading on others currently. So, from where you are, you can see, you know, there's a couple of other warehouses and other docks, and none of the other docks are in use currently. Where do you want to try and go? You're currently on board the boat. Where do you want to go? What's your plan?
Alright. So I'm on the boat and any
Actually, real quick,
oh,
let's establish what did you bring with you on this trip?
alright. It's simple what I brought. I brought my gun, my taser, my lighter. I still have a lighter.
Mm-hmm.
The disguise kits, and some marbles.
Alright.
Some marbles. You never know.
Nothing else?
Uh, Flashlights.
Alright. Anything else?
And
Because if you want, like, if you don't state things now and you want something later on, you'll have to pay hero points in order to have it. To retcon your what you have.
Yeah. And a good bundle of shoestrings.
A bundle of shoestrings? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So that's all?
It's good.
Alright. So, you, move on to the... Or yeah, you arrive, you're on the boat. What is your plan of action?
Alright. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna, take some stuff off, pretend to, actually be doing my job, just, grabbing some crates, bags or whatever they do have.
Yeah.
Load them off.
Help load things off. Other people are loading things on.
And as soon as I feel the time's right, no one's looking. All right, good. I'm walking off. Walking off to the side.
Like, leave the dock entirely and go to the warehouse area?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna do a stealth check for that.
It's a +2. Yeah, it's a +2.
Because you're stealth skills.
Guile. Yep.
Alright. Whew. Narrowly didn't get seen. in a 4v5 or in a 4 versus 3 success difference. You narrowly slip off to the docks without anyone noticing you. So now, or to the warehouse. I mean, you're now in the warehouse section of the island,
Right.
disguised as a boat worker. Meaning, if anybody sees you, they will be like, "Yo, what the fuck you doing?"
Yeah, and I'm gonna sit in a very darkened area
Mm-hmm.
for now, and like where some doors are, perhaps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the warehouse doors. Sit in a very darkened area, and try and get a general vibe of their outfits for now
Yeah, like slip
before
around,
actually.
take looks at things.
Yeah, I'm gonna get an idea of their outfits, their appearance, how they walk. Very simple things.
Yeah, and you see like
Yeah.
there. It doesn't look like there's proper uniforms per se on the island. Everybody's just, wearing what they wear, and it's not unlikely that most of the people who live here are the people who work here are all probably just the people who also live here on the island.
All right. Hmm. Now I just need a batch of clothes. All right. So I'm just gonna wait for some guy just to come near. You know, maybe he hears a noise or something. Like a little
Like,
dunk dunk against the metal.
yeah, so you're gonna try and lure someone in and knock them out and take their clothes?
Just wait. Wait in a darkened little area, right? Like some around a corner or something, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
dunk dunk dunk.
And eventually someone would someone going by would be like, what the hell is that? And come over.
All right. And just very gently grab a handful of marbles, scatter them across the floor in front of me, not
Mm-hmm.
to the side where he's walking. You can probably see him. So as
Mm-hmm.
soon as he turns the corner, I'm gonna very quickly, uh, push him. So like as soon as he, wait, let me think. No, I'm not gonna push him. I'm gonna go even further in, like so. Like a good feet away from where he's coming through, right? But the
Mm-hmm.
marbles are still there, right? So I'm gonna wait until he comes through.
And then?
All right.
Oh,
As
like,
soon
yeah, you're assuming he's gonna trip up on the marbles, right?
as soon as he gets near the marbles,
Mm-hmm.
right? He's taking a couple steps, I imagine,
Mm-hmm.
right? All
Yeah.
right. His foot's about to touch the marbles. I'm gonna immediately rush over to him and
Yeah.
tackle him, grab
Which,
out my taser and go.
and just tase him.
Yeah, just gonna tackle him real quick and tase his ass.
Yeah.
Just real quick.
And you take him out, no problem. Just down, out, knocked out.
Uh,
So,
Sorry, man. Just give him. Oh, all right. Shoestrings. Shoestrings. Grab
tie
some
him up with the
shoestrings.
shoestrings.
I have a shit ton of shoestrings. I got a bundle of
Yep.
them. So
And then like use his clothes for a disguise, I'm guessing.
yes, just make my face look a bit dirty or something. Maybe I've been in there for a while. Make it
Yeah.
look a bit sweaty.
And now you
Oh,
blend in with the people of the island.
great. I'm gonna sit him up where he's in it's not like on marbles just sitting there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Grab the rest of the marbles and just put them in the bag.
All right.
You know, make sure he's breathing well. All right, he's good.
Oh my god, what
I'm
if you
gonna
have custom marbles with Ace of Spades and all, like, or different card faces in them?
if there is marbles, then yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'll call them
You're,
card marbles.
playing card marbles as your custom marbles. Fantastic.
He got them handmade at some point.
Yee. Because you get lots of random bits of money from
Yes,
robbing criminals.
thanks, Francisco, for
Mm-hmm.
sponsoring East Angela.
Yee. Alright, so you start walking around the island now, checking, like, the warehouses, I'm guessing?
I'm gonna go into the warehouse he just came out of.
Uh,
I'm
so-
assuming, because
yeah.
I'm assuming we're close to one.
Yeah, you're in the warehouse area. There's, like, 4 warehouses. So you go
Alright,
through and,
I'm
like,
just-
start just walking through them casually and, confidently trying to blend in with the others, and no one pays you any heed, because you just look like one of the workers, And you start peeking in some of the boxes and stuff, and, you start finding cotton, or cotton fabric, undyed clothing or undyed cotton.
Very
Uh,
noble.
you find some shipments contain like large amounts of fruit and foods and like polar cola and other things that were shipped in. As well as like household appliances. So it looks like things are getting shipped in for the people who live on the island. You notice almost everything that's shipped in has the America United like symbols on them. So they're clearly ordering things from America United in large bulk amounts for the people of the island. And then, you get to one of them, and bingo. You look inside and you see, I haven't established the plant that polar freeze comes from yet, have I?
No.
So you find the wonderful, it's a white flower with blue speckling on it. And you find, like, boxes and boxes full of those. And maybe it's just because it's a nice-looking flower. Or maybe it's because it can be used to make a highly addictive substance. But
look at it.
They've got lots of that in the area where they're shipping crates, or they're shipping things out.
Gotcha. Should have brought my camera here. Damn it.
For a handful of hero points, you can get... Oh, did you bring your phone? I don't remember if you specified that one.
He has a phone.
You didn't specify it, so I'll tell you what. Since obviously you would, 1 hero point and you get to have your phone on you.
Alright, deal.
Yeah. If you're asking for a camera, I probably would have charged a few more, but just for your phone, yeah, no, that's just 1.
Yeah, just turn off the phone and grab it.
She starts snapping pictures of the flowers.
Just get a good shot, right?
Yeah.
He only needs 1. Right? Take 1. Alright. Get the name in. Got it. Right. Tuck the phone away real quick. Put the lid back on it. And saw me?
Yeah.
Good. Alright.
Like, make sure you get pictures of the shipping label so that it's clear that it's being shipped, and you can tell they have the same shipping labels as the cotton, so wherever the cotton's going is where the drugs are going, which you're able to look at that and, like, it's worth mentioning, you see that this cotton isn't being shipped back straight to the US. It's being shipped off to Africa first, it looks like.
It's a bit strange. Shrug it off for now. Who knows?
Yeah.
Alright. But maybe there's a bit more crates, maybe not. Just, look through a bit more before I head off to the next warehouse. And I'm just going to repeat this process. It's going in and out, in and out.
Yeah. And, going around, it's mostly more of the same across all of the warehouses. Nothing new or particular that jumps out as unique and special.
Alright.
So where do you want to go next?
I've hit the warehouses. Alright. Those were already here. Now. Alright, where should I? Green. They have to be coming from somewhere, right? Alright. Coming from here. Coming from here. Yeah, they have to be. Alright. The greenhouses. In my mind, that's where they're producing the flowers.
Yeah. Which, you make your way to the greenhouses, and, I'm gonna do a roll at 2 degrees of advantage due to your disguise.
2. Alright. What about,
oh yeah, and Guile gives 3 bonus dice. Or is it 2 or 3?
That's, it's +1 when I have a disguise on. And it's +2 when I am, being charming.
Oh, well, this isn't a charm check, so...
Well... It's probably still 3.
You're getting the bonus... Yeah, because you're getting your Guile, but this is more so you're trying to go unnoticed. Charming is if a guy walked up to you and questioned you.
Alright, then it's a +3 still.
Yeah, no one pays you any heed. You just walk through and you arrive to the greenhouse, and sure enough, they're growing fuck tons of these plants. They grow on a vine, like it's a vine that grows these flowers, and it's these flowers, it's their nectar that is used to make the substance. But you notice something else that's happening. They're growing these big, like the fuck ton of the flowers. There's guys like snipping them back. But you notice they have bees. They seem to be farming a bunch of bees, but the bees they get the nectar and they sort of look kind of funny as they fly around. They're not flying totally straight. And the honey that they're harvesting this honey that has a purple tinge to it. So that's something new.
New world. Strange, strange, beautiful new world. I whisper to myself as I turn off the flash on my camera.
Yeah, and start taking some pictures.
Just getting the bees in there, getting that some of them are going towards the
honey and the harvesting.
Yeah, and there's one video cam footage of just the bee, it's going towards the the honey, just taking a little bit, and it's just being all wobbly now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it pans over towards the the purple honey, purple tinge honey. It's just, yep, that's that. That's the video. Yeah, all right. Are there people near the honey? Are there people actively,
yeah, there's workers harvesting honey and snipping flowers and all of that. And when I say there's greenhouses, this isn't just one or two small backyard greenhouses. This is rows and rows and rows of massive greenhouses where they have whole operations of these flowers and these bees. And these flowers are an illegal substance in the US now, but this is a place that's not falling under any country's jurisdiction, so yeah. Sorry, what?
I have to get into that honey.
Yeah.
He's talking aloud. He's talking to himself in his head, internal monologue type deal.
Gonna go and steal a jar.
I have to. Right? Who knows?
Yeah.
But how? Are they wearing full get-ups?
The guys at the bees are wearing bee harvester things, but there's guys handling the jars who are dressed like you are. Honestly, you could probably just walk up and take a bottle of honey with no one noticing.
Alright.
It's a basic guile check with a advantage die from your costume.
Alright. Yeah, I'll just very casually, just nonchalantly, just go up there, grab a honey jar.
Whew. It's a good thing they rolled bad, because you rolled a lot of dice breaks, but you rolled enough to pass anyway.
Nice.
Yeah, you rolled kind of crummy, but they rolled bad. So you go over and no one pays any heed as you pick up delicately pick up a jar of honey, step away a little, and pocket it.
Alright. I got this. I'm good for here. I don't think there's anything else I need from these greenhouses for now. Alright. I'm gonna hit the southern end of the island.
Where the cotton farms are and the other dock is?
Yeah.
Going through the cotton farms, they're cotton farms. There's not much special. But when you arrive at the southern docks, you do find there's what looks like... So there's those small yachts?
Yeah.
There's one of those, but it's souped up to also be a fucking motorboat. And you see that there's a few guards in different uniforms standing around at it.
Any of them seem familiar?
They look like they're... Oh, actually, you would recognize they are Cerulean Industries private security.
These bastards.
Meaning that Not to say that it's necessarily Cerulean Industries involved. Anybody can hire Cerulean Industries security. They're just the
Yeah,
most
no.
expensive private security force you can pay for in the
I just
world.
have a bad rep with them.
Yeah.
Bastards. Can't hire anyone
These
else.
these ones are a bit more souped up. The ones you saw before were basically on par with like a mall cop in terms of their gear. These guys are wearing like blue colored military gear.
Hmm. Alright. Definitely not gonna mess with those guys if it comes to it.
Yeah. Which
Right.
do you want to see how much you know about Cerulean Industries security?
Sure. Why not?
Oh, you know next to nothing.
Alright.
You know their security company that's really good.
I just hate them. But showing up in my business.
Yeah. So, but that tells you that there's somebody here who's clearly fancy enough to have a boat and rich enough to have a private security.
Um, no clue who it is either.
Uh, you do notice these guys have some weird ass looking guns.
Oh, weird.
The best way that I can describe these guns is, start with a normal pistol, right? Make you know how, like, the ammo goes into the handle?
Yeah.
The handle's just a solid, thin piece. Like, there, you don't see a spot where they can reload the pistol. And the barrel of the gun has a small light on it, and there's a knob on the back.
So the barrel of the gun has a.
A light on the side. And, like, the whole gun looks like it has a lighter frame than you would expect from a normal gun. Because, you know, guns have, like, sort of, like, heavy metal frames to be durable and survive the explosions that go off in them. These look
Yeah.
almost like they could be made out of an aluminum alloy of some kind.
Alright. It's new. I don't know anything about guns, so I'm assuming I don't know anything about this.
I'm gonna say right now, you would not recognize a gun like this from anywhere.
Alright. No clue whatsoever. Best to stay away from them, though. Right. Alright, I'm just gonna. Does the boat have any indication of a, I don't know, like a person or like a, not a person, like a signature, like a emblem, perhaps?
It does not have any significant markings on it.
Alright. Uh, appear to be anything else on the boat? Maybe there's like a person there or something, like a shipment, maybe?
From where you are, you don't have any special perception boosters, right?
No, just normal guy.
You rolled 2 dice breaks, and meaning you rolled 3 successes with 2 dice breaks, meaning 1 success total. You do not see anything worth note.
Alright. Don't want to mess with that though, so I'm gonna just take my chances and get out there for now.
The only
Before they catch
place,
on to me.
yeah, the only place you haven't been to now is the northern end of the island where the houses and the mansion is.
Alright. Shouldn't be too hard. Just get a general vibe of the houses, see if they are doing anything illegal,
It looks like it's
Yeah.
just people living here. As you like walk around, there's not even like. You get the feeling that they're not too afraid of crime or anything. Like, it's a small island, for one. For two, you know, there's a lot of guys here are armed with, like, old-fashioned, like, older guns from the words. Like, think, you know, the way that, Far Cry 3. How they all hold, like, guns from older wars. A lot of the guys have old guns here that they got, like, hand-me-down or bought from old places, like, secondhand. But then, like, a lot of the houses, just their doors are open, their windows are open, there's no locks, like, it seems like everybody here is calm enough and friendly enough with each other that they're not too worried about tight security.
Hmm.
And there's, you know, walking around, The only thing you can see of suspicion when you try and slip into and look at certain houses is some people clearly have fucking polar freeze in their home. There's definitely people doing drugs here on the island.
Jeez. What
Um,
addicted poor guys.
a couple of people even have like their own in-home chem labs.
Jeez. Don't know
Um,
anything about security, guys, don't you? Alright, just as one of the home labs, just
snap some
sorry,
pics.
man. Yeah, just turn a monologue. Sorry, man. No one that's doing drugs. So take a little pic.
Yeah. And eventually I guess you're gonna make your way to the mansion, right?
Yeah.
So, you notice the mansion has its own entirely separate security, and these guys are actually in uniforms, and you also notice a few guys who are clearly working there and are more well dressed, like, in button-up shirts and slacks, as well as women in dresses. And the whole
Michael
property
here.
is surrounded in a fence.
Do I see Michael?
Michael?
Michael, the Mike from last session?
No, you don't see Michael.
Alright.
Unless you want to
Alright.
spend hero points to make it so.
How much? Just curious, how much would it
Let's
be?
go with like five hero points, and you can put
5?
Michael in.
5?
Yeah.
Bill.
I got fired from Cerulean Industries, started working for a drug lord.
It's Michael. Everyone loves Michael.
Do you want to put Michael in for 5 hero points?
Fuck it. 45. I mean, 54. I have 54 points.
So you can do it?
Yeah.
I give you 1 in return because that's funny, so in the end it only costs you 4.
Alright.
But if you want to track like how many you've earned and spent like ARM does, then you can put spent 5, earned 1.
Nah.
I've started playing campaigns with my brother and my sister-in-law, and my sister-in-law does that. She individually tracks like what she earned every point for and what she spent them on. I think it's really funny when players do that.
Maybe if I did it before.
Yee. But so fucking words in my mouth. Blah. So yeah, the whole building has a fence around it, and there's some workers. You do notice there's some workers like bringing up crates and then putting them down outside a side gate, where other workers who work in the building are going and picking them up and bringing them into the mansion.
Alright. So I'm gonna be I have to be one of those guys that brings in the crates from the buildings. Okay.
Yeah. Or a guard.
Nah, I've tried guards before. They didn't work that well. Alright. I'm gonna try and bring in one of the crates to inside the building first.
So the guys bringing them into the building are dressed differently than you are.
They are. Okay. How so?
They're in like slacks and button-up shirts. They're more well dressed than the other workers. I say slacks. Their buttoned-up shirts are all unbuttoned and a little bit loose, but like
Yeah.
they're clear. Like while the guys working on the rest of the island aren't given any kind of uniform or dress code, the ones working in the mansion clearly are. They're all wearing slacks and button-up shirts.
Slacks and button-up shirts, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I stole this off from someone. It smells bad, so I want to switch out now. Alright. Just wait till one of the guys goes off to the side, takes a piss.
Yeah. Well,
Alright, wait for my chance.
no one's gonna step aside to take a piss, but if you want, you can spend 1 hero point, and that will happen.
I would wait for a bit. Come on. One of you guys take a leak or something.
Do you want
a little bit more?
Do you want to spend a hero point to make someone to come and piss in the bushes?
Just in character, he's waiting. Right?
Yeah. No one's gonna come over without provocation.
Mm. I wait for one of the guys to get near, just whisper very low. It's like, hey, over here.
Yeah, draw someone in.
Yeah, just hey.
And they start coming over, and Is your plan to try and knock him out when they get close?
I, he may not realize it, but there's some marbles on the floor.
There's something really funny about that wording of it to me. He may not realize it, but there's marbles on the floor.
He's gonna rue the day.
So they got 4 successes and you got 4 successes, but you also got 1 dice break.
This sounds very familiar. I would gladly
Uh,
use 5 points, Ollie. Make that a success.
It'd need to be 6 points. 1
6?
point to get rid of the
Oh,
dice
to
break.
get rid of the dice break.
Yeah, and 5 for an additional success to make it a full pass.
So that would be 49. Yep, I'm good with that.
Yeah. So you spend the 6 so that you can quickly knock him out without being caught.
Same thing that happened last time.
Yeah, when he gets close, you sort of like tackle him down.
Yeah, steps on the marbles, foot slips. I push him, I tase him. Very simple process.
Yeah. Tie him up, leave him in the bushes, steal his clothes.
Yep. Just tie him up.
Alright, and so then you pick up a crate, slip into the building.
Right.
And you start
Look
walking around, you start walking around the mansion. You can tell this mansion is very old. Like, if you had to guess, it was probably built back in the colonial era, probably when this place was a plantation at some point. Very open floor plan and lots of guards walking around. So you're gonna try and start snooping around?
No cameras at all, right?
Nope.
All right. I'm not sure if my street smarts would work here. Street smarts.
Yeah, I'll let street smarts work.
Guess building layouts.
Yeah.
And much more.
It'll apply here.
All right. Where can I guess where the headmaster room is? It's probably 2nd floor, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want to spend 1 hero point to pass? I did a check to see. Yeah, this is basically a check of do guards catch on to you, which, yeah. So, you spend a single hero point, and you start walking around. The guards aren't paying any notice. And you said you're heading to the master bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, which would be on the 2nd floor. You go up, and it has guards out front, but you have an inkling suspicion that there's probably a balcony that you could get onto. And, following your instincts, you look over to a window, and sure enough, if you crawl out through this window, you're on the balcony of the bedroom and can get in the bedroom that way.
No lights shining up. All right, perfect. I'm just I'm scared right now because it's high up here. No safety whatsoever. I'm just close to the side as possible and just like shimmying, very shimmy.
Yeah. Get onto the balcony.
Guys, very patient shimmy.
Let me do a check real fast.
All right, just 1 foot at a time. 1 foot at a time.
Yeah, you make your way. Oh my god, dude. So, you rolled no successes except for 110, which burst into another 10, which burst into a 9, which those together mean you make it without slipping.
Little sweat drop, just wipe it off. Oh,
yeah.
Jeez.
You climb onto the balcony and, you peek in the room and it's empty. And you start walking around. And, the room is, very much, fancied up with modern amenities. There's a big TV on the wall, a jacuzzi. And you hear, sound from the corner of coming in from, there's a door that leads to another room, and you hear a conversation going on.
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna close the window, so they don't know anyone's in here. It wasn't open before.
Yeah.
And there's a fancied up bed, right?
Yeah.
All right, I got my hiding place. Is it small enough where I can sneak under?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all,
You could easily hide under that bed.
I would first of all look under and see if there's anything there.
Nope.
Okay, good. I got my hiding place. All right, and I'm gonna sneakily walk up towards the door, have my phone out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a little bit of gap underneath the door?
Yes.
All right. Record and face it upside so I can stop the recording whenever. And
And
very
peek it through to try and
immediately.
look around.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
And
sort
I
of.
would,
Hmm?
I'd still listen in. Still listening in.
Yeah. Do you want to look through the keyhole at the same time?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
doing all three.
Give yourself sort of a few angles to look.
Yeah.
And looking in, you notice three figures. One appears to be you think, Cuban man sitting in a seat talking with what appears to be, the robot mask guy from last time. And on the other end is a man in a trench coat with a full black face mask, like no eye holes, no mouth hole or anything, stood by his side.
Okay.
Hmm. And the guy in the trench coat, he's like got his hands in his gloves, or his hands in his pockets, and his like trench coat goes down to cover his legs completely. So he's just a coat with a head. It looks like.
Sort of weird.
And you notice on the desk is some of those vials.
Bastards.
So I don't understand. Why offer this to me? And you hear in like a synthesized sounding voice, I believe your security could benefit greatly from it. It just... Why would you not approach my boss with an offer like this? You and I both know why. He's a foolish man, caught up in the world of fashion and frivolities. I think it goes without saying that you would be far better as the head of that little ring he has going. And what, in return, I owe you a position of power in my hierarchy? You come here asking me to overthrow my boss, offering me a drug that can give my people powers? Why should I even believe what you say? I can give you an example if you would like. Umbar, show the man. And the guy, he pulls one of the vials out of his pocket with this sort of like fizzy black-blue liquid. And he holds it up to his face and he hits a button on the bottom and it aerosols the whole canister in his face and he breathes it in. And then he lets his trench coat open up as he lifts in the air on, like, his whole body is just black tendrils. And he, like, lifts in the air on them, like, they all, like, shoot out, grabbing the ceiling and the floor, and he's like a fucking spider looming over the guy in the desk, who's immediately, like, thrown back, like, terrified.
I also hold my breath upon seeing that. Shocked, if anything.
This strand is created using, unique DNA sample we retrieved from the recent, a unique DNA sample that we were able to retrieve. There's activity from unusual individuals within the world. People already exist with powers. We can take advantage of that and create mimicries of these abilities. Umbar here is just an example of one formula that we've dubbed the Elder Strain. Elder Strain? Why do you call it that? We have a number of reasons behind it. We can offer you any other number of strands of DNA. Perhaps you'd like an entire brigade of Mothmen. Perhaps you'd want some people who can produce a viscous liquid. Someone able to create moving pictures. And we have even more that we've been crafting of our own.
What?
New powers different from any other. And these powers, they'd last forever? Of course not. Can you trust somebody who has powers like that forever? They're merely temporary. But we could make them last forever with a stabilizing agent if you really want that. And how much are you charging for all this? What were you gonna say?
I would have been recording this by now.
Yeah. And how much do you want to charge for all of that? For you, nothing. Because you aren't getting any. What? Then why did you show up here? You see that guy, he's looking at like a watch on his wrist. We weren't even here looking for you. There's somebody else we were here after. And he looks straight at he turns and looks straight at the keyhole.
Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here right now. Turn them on. Right. Where's it? Where's it? Where's it? Window.
Start running for the balcony.
Yeah, just immediately go for the window.
As you start running, in the other room you don't hear it, but he says, Umber, go and greet the unwanted guest.
Oh,
And
shit.
You run for it. You run out to the balcony. Are you gonna just jump out the balcony? Are you what is your plan?
All the...
Also, sorry, your colors were gold and brown, right?
Yes.
All right, hang on. Bup. Sorry. I'm just now boop. Oops, wrong thing. There's the UI. So sorry, what were you gonna do?
Okay, my phone's on me. I gotta get this phone out of here. So, both, are the bundle of shoestrings, are they strong enough to, like, be used as a, like a pulley? So to speak?
Like to make a rope out of them and ride
Yeah,
down
just
the...
as is.
Yes, possibly. The way I'm gonna put it is, we'll do a roll, and on a successful roll, they are fine for it, and on a failed roll, you fall, if they want to try and do that.
Very quickly, is there any place where I can, like, put the rope under, like, where I can tie it to? Like, very quickly.
The railing of the balcony.
Alright, just, hop over the railing of the balcony, right? Just any loose ends that I can manage, I'll quickly tie, right? Just, like, if they seem very loose, I'll tie them.
In order to get yourself as low as you can.
Yeah, and just tie it, just...
Yeah. You run, tying the shoelaces together, tie it to the thing, and as you...
Hold on.
As you're tying it to the railing, the window of the office opens up, and you just see the guy, like, almost floating like a ghost move out, but it's not that he's floating, it's that there's just these tendrils reaching out of his body. Like, his main body doesn't even move. Like, it almost floats, has all these tendrils carry him forward. And he just, like, turns and looks at you. What do we have here?
I drop my bundle of strings out of fear, just pure fear. Start backing off.
Get a hero point for dropping your bundle of strings.
Scared right now. It's super powered freak. I never saw something like this before.
Jump out the balcony.
I'm just... Adrenaline's kicking in. He's just looking everywhere. He's just... Moment of clarity. How can he? Right. Fuck you! I'm gonna just run past him and just jump out the balcony.
And as you jump down, the strings come undone. You only got one success. You needed minimum 2.
Fuck.
So you drop down and poof, you basically jump out the second floor of a building and slam down and roll down the hill a little bit towards the coast.
I still took a mean, nasty fall, though, I imagine.
Yeah, you went down by 3. On the battle grid.
Oh, shit. Come on, gotta keep going.
Okay. So that was your turn at the start of the challenge. He's just gonna run now he starts running on these tendrils that are again just shooting out of him and moving forward. A good way I can describe his movement is have you ever seen the game Carrion?
Yes.
You know the way the creature in Carrion moves?
Yeah, I know.
Where it's a center mass and then just tendrils shoot out of it to keep it held in a position it wants to be in? That's what's happening. And he's barreling towards you now, and he's basically gonna try and run at you and grab you.
My fears are really kicking in, alright? Just instinctual human fear about something greater than its own. So I'm just gonna I'm not even thinking right now. I'm just instincts kicking in real hard. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just gonna keep. I'm gonna sprinting down.
Yeah.
Sprinting
What
down.
part of the island are you trying to run toward?
The eastern docks. That's where I'm going.
To where the shipping boat is?
Yeah.
Alright. So you start running towards there, and, so him trying to catch you rolled 5 successes. In your attempt to get away, you rolled 3 successes with 2 dice breaks.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
You're gonna let it go the way you rolled?
Yeah.
So four against you. He comes barreling down, like basically like slam, like he comes barreling down. His body gets right near you, and then boom, tendril on your back, wrapped around, lifted in the air. He spins you around and is looking at you.
I tried to hold in my vomit. I'm
Hmm.
not good with rides.
I don't think you're supposed to be here.
I would say otherwise. I'm trying to hold it in.
And with that, he's gonna start trying to bring you back to the mansion. What are you gonna
Gonna
do with
try.
your turn?
Gonna try and vomit on his face.
Gross. Yes, you can.
Sorry.
Alright. And I'm gonna say that's
Remove
such
that.
an unexpected attack that you get an advantage die. Alright, you rolled 4 successes with 1 dice break, and he rolled 0 successes. So you're
All right.
dealing 3 damage, you can make it 4 with a single hero point.
Sure.
You throw, as he brings you up and is like, I don't think you belong here, and then you just vomit in his face, and he, like, drops you. You fall down, and now it's your turn, you're gonna turn and start, oh wait, I forgot, single point of disadvantage because it was a counterattack action, so you deal 1 less damage.
Worth it.
I assume you're gonna start sprinting away again, right?
Yes, very much so. Just
Meanwhile, he is
whatever.
disgusted at the vomit in his face.
I'm just gonna keep on running.
Uh,
I just wipe some of the bile off my face.
Mm. He, filled with rage, is gonna turn and start going after, like, get the shit off his face and then start going after you again. He rolled a disadvantage because it was vomit. He got 0 successes, you got 2 with a single dice break.
I'll take it. I'm running away.
Alright, so that's gonna move you 1 point ahead. So you start
Fuck
sprinting
outta
away
here.
from him, down the island, like, through the residential section. And he's now barreling, it's his turn again, he's barreling after you, once again trying to catch you.
All right.
It's like, I imagine you're like, at this point, it's like you're running through the buildings, like jumping through windows, like going in one house out another. Meanwhile, like, he's just fucking barreling through, like knocking shit over.
Yes, very much so. I'm using my environment to my best of my ability right now. So, yeah, just causing as much chaos as I can right now, if anything.
Yeah, just trying to run away more.
Yeah, I'm just whatever mess he has to deal with later, he has to deal with. So I'm just running through everything.
Jeez, you rolled 2 successes with 1 dice break. He rolled 2. Do you want to spend a hero dice to make it a draw, and he doesn't get any closer on his turn?
Uh, keep it. Yep, keep it.
Keep it as is.
Yeah.
Okay, so it moves 1 in his favor as he's gaining on you now. Your turn. Just keep running.
Keep running. How close am I?
You're closing in on the docks. Ba-ba-ba. Oh, he just rolled like absolute shit. That's good for you. He got 1 success, you got 4 successes, so he's running after you, and like you are barely, again, you're running through the houses, jumping through windows, like zigzagging back and forth, throwing over shelves. You start running past people who are like, what the hell? And then he barrels past them and they're all like, what the fuck? And you arrive at the warehouse section.
Right. Do I have a moment of time to do anything?
What do you want to do?
Uh, Right, I'm gonna close the door. Right,
Mhm.
it's right behind me. And is there anything like immediately above me, like that I
Um.
can grab onto?
Oh, you want to try and lift and hide in? Okay. So,
So he's gonna immediately come through the door. I'm not there. I'm right
yeah.
above him.
Okay. That's really smart. Okay, I'm gonna do our roll. So it's technically his turn, so this is sort of what you're doing as a reaction to him continuing to chase you.
All right.
Um, he got 2 successes, you got 1. Oh wait, Guile! Guile! You have
Yeah.
Guile!
Yeah. I was wondering if you took an account.
Okay, now I did take into account. Whew. So you run through the door, like grab the frame and like sort of lift yourself up, pinning yourself like between like the ceiling and the wall, and then he
Right, hold my,
bursts through and
hold my,
just goes right by through the warehouse.
right, hold my breath as soon as it passes through.
What
All
do you
right,
do
he
now?
passes through. All right. I gotta quickly put back on the disguise, and
The warehouse worker or the boat worker disguise?
yeah, because they still see me as that, right? So
Yeah, you fucking clever fucking bastard.
all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Find a good little. I'm gonna go back to where that guy's knocked out,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Get your
probably gonna
clothes
be coming
back
through
on.
here. Yeah, just all right.
I'm gonna do
Sorry, is he
stealth
awake?
check. No, he still hasn't woken up. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do a stealth check for you.
Just come on, zip it up. Yep. Right.
Jesus Christ. 7 successes versus 5. You both rolled beast, but you rolled better.
Fucking Ace is a beast.
You get the disguise back on and slip back toward the fucking boat.
All right. Is he still around?
You look out over the railing and you see he's like searching the warehouse area, but I imagine you're just gonna like slip back further into the boat and try and like blend in, like
Yeah.
basically hide out on the
So,
boat. Like I don't like this.
there's a scary man out there.
You you slip off into a side area, trying to like relax, and then you hear in that same synthesized voice,
All right, I'm good. I'm good.
or you hear like you're like now in like the lower decks headed off to the side, and you hear that same synthesized voice. Little scared, aren't you?
What?
And
Look around. Where is he?
you see him stand like you were like tucked off to the side in the room you're in, and he's basically like standing like right near, like right next to you. Like you almost like, how did you not see him when you tucked into this side area?
Start to back away almost from instinct. It's very much flatter fight right now.
I
Just
apologize
saw
for
him,
any fear my friend may have caused you. I assure you, even if he does not know, I intend you no harm, Ace D'Angelo.
How do you know my name? I never even said my name. How?
No, do not worry how I know your name, but know we are after the same thing.
What?
You seek peace within the city through bringing down the criminal empire within within Discordant City and your country as a whole by bringing down criminal empires. I similarly seek peace for people.
What?
And I do it through similar means. You work against them, and I work with them. And I can work with you. And he pulls out one of the vials and holds it out to you.
What are you suggesting?
It contains a stabilizing agent, permanent in its effect. I will leave it up to you what you want to do with this formula. Gears are in motion, Ace, and you're a cog in the greater machine. And he's gonna just start like stepping back away from you, or like starting to walk off the boat, essentially.
What's it do? After
What'd you
trying
say?
to
What's it
yell out to
do?
him, I'm yelling out to him. What's it do?
I suppose there's only one way you can find out. And he just starts to walk out of the area and leave.
What is going on?
So what do you do once you leave? Do you just like keep a hold of the stuff?
I already know what this stuff could do. I know that it could. I don't know what it's like. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's one where it can just give you cancer and straight up kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not doing anything with it. I don't know if the liquid is like, makes a different color or anything, the compounds, who knows, right?
Mm-hmm. You look
So
at
I'm
it
not
and it has it's again a sort of fizzy looking liquid and it's got a light tan shade to it.
Behold the devil. So much more. Steal so much more if I take this.
You don't have to decide to take it now. You can always just hold on to it for a later date.
He was getting there.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. No. I have to figure out what it does. If it's even safe to drink it. It's the safe option. Alright. Oh shit. Fuck was that? I'm just gonna be unwinding, just trying to relax. This like
Gonna
oh dear. Yeah, I'm just trying to relax, just trying to cool off the adrenaline rush that I got just then.
hold out on the boat for a while.
Yeah, just just bide my time until I can go back.
Yeah, which you would do, and you know, that's sort of the wrap up point of the session. But we are going to have sort of a post credit sequence in which you get back to a few weeks later you get back and or not a few weeks, like a little bit of time later. Oh wait, oh no, the boat's heading to Africa first. That's right. You're not heading straight back home on this boat.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did I know that? Did I
Uh,
know that?
yeah. Remember how the crates getting loaded on were set for delivery with the drugs were being set for delivery to Africa?
Oh, dude. All right.
So we're gonna wrap up session there. Um, do you enjoy, Ryan?
Dude,
Any
what the fuck
thoughts?
was? Dude, I don't know what the fuck I'm dealing with anymore, dude. I'm used to regular criminals.
Ye-
That guy had powers or something, dude. I don't know.
Getting wrapped up in greater things.
I'm scared. All right. I never faced off against, like
Mm.
these types of things. I thought they were just fabricated stories, if anything.
You didn't believe the stories of giant monsters and a Mothman? Well, I guess I can see why you doubt the Mothman.
Yeah, I doubted the Mothman,
Mm.
but this,
That you saw that yourself.
yeah, this is
Seeing
something
is
else.
believing.
Shut up.
Yeah. I hope you enjoy it.
I did.
We're gonna wrap up the stream now. Uh, those of you watching on YouTube, as I've said before, these Hero Infinite sessions are recorded more in advance than anything else, so go watch whatever the fuck else I happen to be doing on my channel. The only thing I know for sure is gonna be happening when this goes up is there will be a My GF Makes Me Read Homestuck at the same time, so I guess go watch that. I'll see all y'all later. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.